Hello and welcome back to this brand new season of the Talk of the Terrace football podcast with me, Tom, and my good friend James as well. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Really good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. It's good to talk.
It's good to talk. We've had
As
a bit
BT
of a break.
used to say. Yeah.
yeah. For anyone who's older than 33, will remember that.
Yeah. Then they won't get the reference about clicking your fingers and a flame appearing. The gas either.
The gas, yeah, and the National Lottery, it's you.
Yeah. No one will ever know
yeah.
what it's like to walk out of a newsagent and be fingered.
yeah. Yeah.
Unless you live in Crewe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I had to leave, Tom.
Couldn't take it anymore.
It's a
big hand as well, wasn't it?
It was a massive hand. It was, It was godly, yeah.
God, you had onion eyes after that, didn't you? Yeah.
It was, that would be a sore one, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's
start the season off with a buggery outside the shop. Yeah. Basically, we have had a summer off, haven't we? There's been football in the summer. There's been the Olympics and everything, but there's been no main stand terrace football that to speak of. So, what we decided to do was have a little break and have a pre-season friendly. COVID restrictions has somewhat inhibited the pre-season friendly, so now we're having it after the start of the season starts.
yeah.
So Saturday,
it's like one of those, isn't it, where you start the season properly and then you go off to the UAE for a big multi-million-pound one-off game.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the middle of the season. Yeah.
And so the pre-season friendly is not going to take place in Liverpool due to COVID and everything. And instead it's going to be taking place at my house.
Yeah.
But I am kind of glad we're not nothing against Liverpool. It's a great night out and stuff, but it's the first game of the season, first Premiership games of the season, so we'll have them on.
Yeah.
Stocked up the fridge, which is now classed as the beer fridge, because it's got more beer than food in.
Yeah.
There's like every first layer is beer, and underneath it there's like grated cheese, and that's it.
Yeah, which is a great accompaniment with beer.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
just a block of cheese.
Open the top and just pour it in.
Yeah, just down
shake
in one.
it and then drink it.
Yeah, and imagine that might be a forfeit at about 7 o'clock that evening.
Yeah, probably. It's cheese time.
Cheese time, yeah. Whoever loses this next match of FIFA, you've got to down a pint of cheese.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and so it's very important that. So what we'll be watching the games and just having a general lads' day, won't we, mate?
We will, yeah.
Kebab.
Yeah, the usual stuff. Watch football, play a bit of FIFA, order a kebab.
Yeah.
Fall asleep on the sofa at about 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
kind of
sounds
thing.
Good to me.
Sounds
sort
good.
it down to the shops, maybe. Sort it down to the pub, maybe. Have a couple.
Yeah.
A couple. Lovely couple.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably only been to the pub a few times since everything's been opened up again.
Yeah. It's a bit strange. It's still very. I was out a couple of weeks ago. The White Horse in Nantwich. It's like the only pub around a 40-mile radius that plays decent music. Pretty.
Yeah.
I was in there and just like no one cares. It's just like there's walking around without masks. Just generally just not giving a shit really.
Yeah.
I was there like a typical 30-year-old with me hand cream in my pocket. It's like, oh my goodness me.
Yeah. But you took your own pint glass to the pub.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I took a tankard.
Yeah, I'll have a pint of Guinness in this, please.
Yeah, fill this for me, please. You want my tankard?
Yeah. You're quite right. Someone who I work with was in Liverpool last weekend, and they said it was like Liverpool normally is, so pre-COVID. Yeah. Plus double the people.
Yeah.
It was like
everyone's desperate to go out.
Everyone, it was absolutely rammed. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons we've just had to perhaps just delay our Liverpool trip.
We could have fun in a good old Nantwich, can't we, mate? We can make the most of it.
Yeah, we can, get the place rocking. Yeah.
Exactly. We've got a cat here that farts, so...
Yeah. What else do we need? What else do we need? I mean, I'd imagine that everyone who's listening to this now is just wishing they were invited.
I know, yeah, exactly. Well, should we live stream it, actually?
We could too, yeah. That'd be a good idea, actually, yeah.
Because absolutely no one would be interested in that, but it's still, I like to give people the option to watch it.
You never know, and by the end of the night, we might have built up quite a following.
Yeah, exactly. For the wrong reasons, maybe like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whatever gets you through the night. If you like seeing two 30-year-olds sat around on the sofa in the shorts watching football, then rock on.
It's the male version of Babe Station.
Yeah, it's like our OnlyFans page. The Terrace is OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and people will be absolutely dying to pay for it next week.
Subscribe now, and I'll open another beer.
yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, subscribe now and I will need to go to be sick in the toilet, yeah.
You can watch me if you like. For an extra $5.
Subscribe now.
Yeah. Oh, you dirty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing with our time off, is OnlyFans.
Yeah. We're
not
joining
watching it, of course.
Yeah. We're hoping to get in the top 10 earners on OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we've got a good chance.
Yeah, we'll be millionaires by the end of the month, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
definitely,
but I only do OnlyFans because I'm classy. I don't do anything else like Pornhub.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? It's like the best nightclubs are the ones you have to pay, to get into. So it's similar. Yeah,
As Katie Price would say, I've got ethics.
Yeah, it's classy.
Yeah. Yeah, sound tell. Right. Football.
Football, yeah. I mean, do we have to...
Where do we start?
Yeah.
Where do we start?
It's been pretty much... like you said, there's been no domestic football, but there's been international football, hasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. But we don't need to talk about that. No, we need to talk about that. We need to address the elephant that's in the room and talk about Euro 2020.
Yeah, I had visions of just before the final of us doing this first podcast back.
Oh, yeah.
Him just been singing "Football's Coming Home" and...
Yeah, and it being epic and stuff.
Yeah, and then it didn't quite work out, did it?
Yeah, exactly. Just have to pause there a sec, mate. Can you hear that?
Yeah, is there a moped going past?
No, it's a fucking bastard doing the fucking lawns outside. He hasn't even got any lawns. What's he doing? Is it coming through really loud?
It sounds like there's just a moped on full revs outside.
Oh, fucking hell. Just let me see where he is, mate. Won't be so.
All right.
Fuck off. Fucking leaf blower. Sad twat. Walking around like fucking Egon with a backpack on. Blowing fucking leaves.
Is he like doing a Ghostbusters reconstruction? Yeah.
There's some fucking dead leaves in your neighbourhood. Who are you going to call?
Yeah, and he's dipped his cat in some slime.
Yeah. And as he's blowing, he's taking little steps forward, like ding, 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 like that.
It's coming through a bit quieter actually. It's not too bad. Mate, is he down the bottom of his garden now?
Yeah, he's further along. He hasn't even got a garden. It's just like it's a car park basically. You'll see it on Saturday, and it's just a glorified car park. And it's just out there blowing away.
Yeah, he needs to get a job.
He does, yeah.
Unless that is his job.
I think it might be his job actually.
Works for the council, yeah.
He's got overalls on. It says day release on him or something.
Yeah, and it looks like a big watch on his ankle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why you put your watch there?
Yeah, put it on your wrist, dickhead.
Okay, should we carry on?
We'll carry on. Euro 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking. I tell you what, mate. I might have to move to the bathroom and turn the fan off.
Go on,
Hold
you
on
move.
A sec. Fucking desperate times this is. Right,
Oh
turn.
no.
Let's turn the fan off. Mavis, if you want to come in, you're not allowed. There we go. Am I too echoey now?
A little bit, but you can't hear the garden hoover.
Fuck's sake.
You sound alright, mate, honest.
Do I sound alright?
Yeah, had you not if you'd have just started the podcast in the bathroom, I don't think I'd have known.
Right, okay, fair enough.
We'll carry on.
Let's try and sit on the floor and then it might not be as echoey.
Get in the bath.
I might
Why don't you just run yourself a lovely bath?
I might do actually.
Put a bit of Radox in.
This can be the entrance to the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's to talk of the toilet.
Yeah. Sounds of the toilet.
Yeah. Right, let's try again.
Right. Euro 2020.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about it? We've got to, haven't we?
I think we have to talk about it, yeah. I think it's got to be done. Amazing tournament. Let's take the positives out of it first and foremost. Great tournament for all home nations, really, except Scotland. But yeah, it was fantastic to see such great football. Had drama, brilliant goals, nearly tragedies as well with poor Christensen.
Yeah.
Really made after everything, it just brought everything back into context. But everything went brilliant, swimmingly for England up until the final.
Yeah.
When things went wrong with the fans and also with the team on the pitch. Yeah,
well, that was it, wasn't it? That the fans on several fronts kind of cocked up massively.
Yeah.
And that probably overshadowed the match a little bit, didn't it, in the end?
Yeah, exactly. For those who've been living in a UFO for the last month, basically what happened is some England fans stormed the stadium, and there was a bit of rioting outside as well, and fights and scuffs and stuff, which as someone who's wanted a home tournament, all to be at home tournament since 1996, it was terrible because it kind of shot any chances of us ever hosting a World Cup or single Euros on its own again.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least for 50 years again or something.
Yeah. Whether we're at home or away, we always seem to be the ones causing mither.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I just don't know why. I can't really explain it. I like listen to things where they say it's the English thing. It's our gift and our curse. We're good at fighting, but we can't control it, kind of thing. Which is just kind of a bit of an excuse. Yeah,
it's that. Well, the excuses of I've had a few beers.
Yeah.
Well, learn to handle your beer.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was a sad element. And then on the pitch, the game itself, it was just it was like we didn't even try. Well, we did try, but they did so well and started so well, and all of a sudden it was like I text you, didn't I, mate? And I said, "Dare we dream?"
Yeah.
When Shaw scored, and thought, "Dare we dream? Dare we think that this is actually going to happen to us? We're going to win the Euros."
It just seemed like it was going to happen, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Like you say, that first half an hour. Yeah. This looks great, and then I think then Italy just kind of changed the tactics. They found out what we were trying to do, and then it was all Italy, wasn't it? Then
they just worn us down basically, didn't they? Yeah. And then the second half, we didn't even come out of the bloody our own half.
No, we didn't. No, and that's the only saving grace from the actual match itself, is that the best team won on the day.
Yeah, to be fair, Italy knew what to do. The thing is, like, Italy had a plan B, and we didn't.
No, exactly.
We had one style of play that had worked all tournament, which was defend, and counter with Sterling and the other fast players up and down the pitch. As soon as that didn't go well and Italy figured out we were like headless chickens, we didn't know what to do. All we just knew was to defend. That was it.
Yeah. Like you say, sadly. I think we set up the whole tournament, wasn't it, as a team that won't concede. If you don't concede, you don't lose matches.
Well, it's basic maths, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but that will come unstuck when you get to a penalty shootout.
Exactly, because then you've got to score.
And it doesn't matter if you haven't conceded a goal all tournament. So, Yeah, I mean, there were so many. We were late to kind of adopt new tactics. I think the game changed last 10 minutes when we got Saka on.
Yeah.
We
too
looked
much, too little. Yeah.
Too little, too late. And then, obviously, the thing that came after the game was obviously the terrible racist abuse, which is probably from the same idiots who were causing the fights.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the same type of person, at least, anyway.
Yeah.
But I think, looking back at it, perhaps the last 3 penalty takers were a poor choice.
Oh yeah, there's no one else to blame for that decision but the manager if he's picking it.
Yeah.
And I backed it to the hilt, Southgate, but
yeah,
as someone who's been through the most agonising thing ever, as losing a penalty shootout and it being pretty much your fault, and it wasn't totally his fault, and Seaman should have saved a few penalties, but for him being through that himself, then to pick such young lads, I mean, maybe he was thinking it was be a confidence thing, they wouldn't have those memories on their mind, of England losing penalties, but for those kind of penalties, I thought we were in trouble when, I'm not saying next to my red, but when we brought Henderson off, because I thought, okay, you're taking off an experienced head there in an absolute huge game. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? You got Rashford and Sancho who have quite literally just walked on the pitch.
Yeah.
And you're saying to them, go and take a penalty in a major final.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then you're getting a young lad, a teenager, to take the last one. I mean, just
17.
The weight of the world just on his shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that winds me up is if they'd all 3 of them had scored, it would have been 3 lions and all that kind of stuff. Oh
yeah, of course.
Loving them, there'd have been no abuse or anything like that. Yeah. It would have been they're English, but it reminded me of that of like Andy Murray. He's like. Yeah. He's either a British winner or a Scottish loser, as the way people see it, don't they?
Exactly. And like you say, had we won, those players, would be held aloft on top of people's shoulders. Yeah. These very people's shoulders, But as soon as they, make a mistake or take a poor penalty, that's it. We're gonna start just be racist, and it's it's mind blowing. It's bonkers.
Yeah,
you just can't understand it.
It's just idiotic and not needed in the game and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And I must admit, as the domestic season was going through last year, and I know there was a lot of talk and support and also upset about players taking the knee. Mm-hmm. And I kind of thought about, there is racism in football and these players are taking a knee. And I was kind of thinking, well, can't they do a bit more, than just taking the knee? Let's do a bit more. And I didn't fall out of favour with it, but I just thought, these guys should do a bit more. Yeah. Saying that, though, once you realise the abuse that these players are getting and the abuse that their teammates will see, that their teammates are getting, you kind of understand why they feel that they have to take a knee. And I completely support it now. Because they have to deal with this kind of stuff every day.
Exactly. People say stupid things like, "Oh, just leave Twitter." It's like, why should you?
Why should you?
It's like if you were getting on a bus every day and someone was racially abusing you, or for any other reason, say they were just being bullying you and stuff. Yeah. For any reason, people around here don't need an excuse to turn on someone, do they? No. Why should you not take the bus? Why should you walk? Why should you avoid them? They're the problem, not you.
Exactly, yeah. And this is it, isn't it? The people always come back to, well, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you change the way you live? Well, no. Let's get rid of the idiots or change them. Yeah. So. It just overshadowed the match, didn't it? Really?
Massively. Yeah, it just ruined the entire tournament in my eyes. Yeah. Really, it was just terrible. And the other home nations didn't fare as good either. Scotland didn't get out of the group, although they did have a historic draw.
Yeah, that famous 0-0 victory.
Exactly. Yeah. Wales got out of the group.
They met Denmark, didn't they? Yeah, in the quarters or the round before. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they had a great tournament, considering that's probably one of the furthest they've been. Yeah. In recent memory. Yeah. So it was a disappointment. when it was over, there was so much hype coming up to that game as well. It was just like people just pretending like they've already got it in the bag and everything.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a weird day for me, or a couple of days, because as you remember, I come down with this kind of vomiting bug.
Oh yeah.
The day before, and we all kind of caught it in the house. So I was watching the game like I was sat in the house next door. Mm-hmm. Like my head was just completely all over the place, and like couldn't just eat, fried. Couldn't sleep. Yeah, it was really strange, kind of 24, 48 hours. So a really, really weird experience.
So you felt bad enough without that.
Exactly, yeah. And I remember going to bed, and I must have woke up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I remember thinking, "Oh, I feel better actually. Oh yeah, I feel a lot better. Maybe I can have some breakfast in the morning." And then it went, "Oh, the bloody football! Oh, do you know? For about 20 seconds, I'd forgot that final had just happened."
Yeah, there's that lovely few seconds when you wake up and you realise it. Oh, sugar.
Yeah, and it was kind of a real bad lull for a few days. And like I said to you, I just want to see us win a major tournament.
Yeah.
Just don't matter if it's the World Cup or the Euros. And then once we've won it, I do not care if we lose every game for the rest of my life.
I just want to see one win.
I just want to see one win.
Yeah.
One in the bag, and then I don't care. I genuinely don't care. And I thought this was going to be the time that we won something, and then I could genuinely not care about it until we got to another final.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just breaking that cycle, isn't it? Because all the other we are a major team, England are, and all the other major teams have won it, haven't they? World Cup and Euros.
Exactly, yeah.
Spain, Germany, Italy, Portugal.
France.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all done it.
They've all won it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't.
Yeah. It's long overdue. And the other sad thing is this is probably our best chance, like you said, for maybe 50 years, because I don't think we'll get another home tournament.
No, we're never going to get that situation where we're going to be at home, be able to lift it in front of our own fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just heartbreaking. But what else do we expect from them?
Yeah, we will forget about international football until the World Cup in about 13, 14 months time.
Yeah, 20. It's winter games, isn't it?
Playing it in November and December, I think, or November. Yeah. So we will.
It's going to be well weird, that.
It's going to be really weird. Yeah. So we'll probably start building our hopes up again in about a year's time. Yeah.
That'll be season 3.
Season 3. Touch wood. Yeah, as long as you're not banned.
Yeah, I think the season would have to start in July, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this has the season started early this year. I'm not sure, or is it?
Maybe.
I don't know I don't know how they're going to plan that in. Obviously, every domestic league in the world's going to have the same problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
some start at different times as well, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like our Finland league.
Oh yeah, Honka.
Honka, yeah. What are they going to do?
Honk for Honka. Yeah, what are they going to do? We'll park international football, I think, for 12 months.
Yeah, I think we will. Then it was just there wasn't much football I could see at the Olympics, was there? I think I've caught some women's football.
Yeah, and did I can't remember if it was Brazil or Spain won the men's.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and Canada won the women's, didn't they? World Cup.
Yeah, didn't see any of that, but I never do really. Don't take it that seriously.
Olympics,
Olympic football and stuff. I don't think anyone does, to be honest.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was good. I was surprised I didn't see bean flicking at the Olympics though.
No, bean flicking wasn't there, was it? After we thought it would be.
It must be the European Championships or something.
Maybe they're just going to try it at the Worlds or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a shame we didn't see that.
Baked bean flicking.
Yeah, baked bean. Saying that though, they had one event which was just like doing karate against thin air.
And like dancing.
Basically, yeah. It was just one person just showing you their karate moves.
like a kid in his dressing gown.
Yeah, exactly. And he's in the front room watching Peppa Pig. Yeah. Yeah, it was basically, yeah. And there was someone got a gold medal for that.
Yeah. I watched the weightlifting, and I was like, I was like thinking, when do they cover the fart? Because whenever I lift anything heavy, like if in a supermarket, I was picking up them beers the other day, and I just picked some up. It's just like got absolutely no control over it whatsoever.
Yeah, it must be the years of training they've had. They've learned to really tighten up.
Or is it that's why they slam it down to cover it?
Yeah, the badoosh. Yeah,
it's like a.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's why that's why they drop it.
Yeah, that must be it.
Let out a little Tommy squeaker.
Some bloody beasts in the women's category. What the hell doing that?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. You won't mess with any of them.
Christ no.
No.
Anyway, let's not get in trouble.
No. Yeah. So I watched a bit of the Olympics. I enjoyed the BMXing. The Brit woman who got gold.
Oh, that was an awesome one. That flip she did.
Who basically fell off on her first run.
Yeah.
And so for a second run, she had to do the most complicated routine and smash it out the park to get any medal. Yeah. And she basically did that and a bit more and got gold.
And people were moaning about that and skateboarding, saying it's not an Olympic sport. It's more relevant to people than bloody javelin.
Well, of course it is, and this is the thing that 100 years ago, was it sculpturing was an Olympic sport and poetry. used to give out medals for someone who could do the best sculpture.
That's quality.
And then that's this is the thing. It's relevant to today, isn't it? You get some
exactly.
Yeah, it's just old farts, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's not even relevant. It's like relevant to the 90s, isn't it? Skateboard.
Of course, yeah. It's been around for ages. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was great. I loved that.
Yeah. Saying that though, we mocked the breakdancing, so maybe we fall into that category going breakdancing.
Yeah, but dance isn't an Olympic sport in my eyes.
Well, no. Yeah, well, it is. It's not long before Anton de Beck's take it to the dance floor for Team GB. Yeah.
Dancing the American Smooth for the gold.
Yeah, Anton de Beck. Yeah,
come on.
And Widdicombe.
Just love to see Anne Widdicombe standing there on the podium with the gold.
Yeah.
Oh, I deserve this.
Yeah, well, that's Union Jack waving it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had the Olympics, didn't we? And then obviously the next kind of story has been, well, have you seen the very, very breaking news on Messi?
Oh, has he gone PSG, I'm guessing?
It's been confirmed in the last 20 minutes, I think, or so, yeah.
Because I heard United put in a bid, because they love old strikers there, so I think it got turned down. I think he's gone PSG now, so that's official now, is it, mate?
Yeah, it seems, I think, what's his name, Pochettino, in some news conference, he says it's pretty much done deal.
Talk of the Terrace is exclusive there, people.
Exactly, which you'll get to hear in a few days' time.
It's exclusive to now.
It's exclusive. Yeah. By the time you hear this, he'll be playing his first match.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean that's been a bit of a farce, hasn't it? The whole Messi Barcelona thing.
Oh God, where do you stand on him crying in the news conference?
Well, I mean, there is a little bit of me thinking, mate, you've made 550 million quid. Get on with it.
I know, yeah. I would have understood it more if he'd wiped his tears away with euros.
Yeah, just blown his nose with a €50 note.
Yeah. This is so sad for me.
Yeah. Oh God, my life is so bad.
I know, yeah. But I think it's just a bit unbecoming of him to do that. He's a footballer at the end of the day.
Yeah. And hey, listen, at the end of the day, I think he would have been okay had he signed the contract last year that they offered him.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted to sign. This is the thing. They wanted to sign him, but they were reducing his wage because he's older. Which is like, if you were in a normal job, and you got your wage reduced because you're older, you'd be well pissed off. But this man's getting paid bloody 200 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand. How much a week anyway?
Yeah.
Not like thinking about, I'll have to go Aldi instead now. Then he's thinking like,
I'm gonna have to remortgage the house.
Yeah, I'll have to sell one of the planes.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Yeah. I can only buy 4 brand new Bentleys this year. instead of 5.
Exactly.
It's like, oh,
first world problems.
Do one, yeah. I think the thing that is the thing that stands out for me is that he's talking about wanting to win trophies and still being competitive and all that, but you're going to go and do it in French league.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cop out.
I mean, some of the teams at the bottom of that league would probably struggle in League 2 in England.
Yeah. There's certain cop-out levels, isn't there, mate? There's like China cop-out level, which is the most.
Oh, that's the worst, yeah.
Yeah, there's Russia, and then there's America, and then there's Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, exactly. Who have got one of the best teams in the world, but they're playing in one of the poorest leagues in Europe.
Exactly.
I think if he had some balls about him, I'd have liked to have seen him gone to, Germany or England.
Well, you raised a very good point. Like this constant battle between Messi and Ronaldo, which one of our followers was delighted about.
yeah, made his day, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. In that, Ronaldo has the edge because he's played in the toughest league in the world and done very well in it,
and been successful
in the Premiership. Yeah. And been successful, won loads of trophies.
Yeah,
Champions League as well, didn't he? He won that. I think he won that while he was at United.
Yeah.
Messi has stayed at Barcelona his entire life, not really moved around, which is commendable. But now he has moved, it's kind of less than that kind of thing. Yeah, so
I think I always preferred Ronaldo because I just think he was more of an all-round player.
Yes.
But I think this has cemented it for me. Like you say, he's done it in the toughest league in the world and been successful. He's gone and played in the same league as Messi and been successful, winning titles in European Cups. Yep. And, he's gone to Juventus, which, Italy's a tough league. Maybe not as tough as Spain and certainly not as tough as England. But certainly it's a tougher league than France.
Yes, definitely. So it's just kind of a bit,
He's
gone there.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-year, I'm just reading now, it's a 2-year contract, isn't it?
Is it? Right, okay.
So, that'll be the end of his career pretty much, won't it?
He'll finish his career there, I'm sure, yeah.
Unless he goes China.
Yeah, I mean, there's every opportunity that he might go back Barca for a couple of years after. I mean, I've heard rumours that once they sort out the wages, he might go back.
Yeah, aren't they in a bit of a financial pickle at the moment?
Well, this is the whole problem, isn't it? That he'd be classed as a new signing, and I think until they get their wage bill sorted out, they can't make any new signings.
Right, fair enough.
And also the point is that he's the most expensive player on the books, even with a 50% wage cut.
Yeah.
So they need to get him off the books. But I think that also means that Aguero and a couple of other signings can't go through until they get the wages down.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's quite funny. Apparently, when Messi announced he was going, there was rumours that Aguero's agent was urgently trying to cancel his contract and urgently looking for other clubs for him because one of the reasons that Aguero went to Barca was because he wanted to play with Messi.
Oh, God.
And it just had that split second. You kind of thought, wouldn't it be great if Aguero's gone to Barca to play with Messi and Messi leaves and goes to City?
That's saving right, wouldn't it?
That would be brilliant. But Aguero's come out yesterday with a serious calf injury, I think.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. And obviously, might be true. I'm, not saying it is or it isn't. But it seems like Aguero and his agent are trying to get him a ticket out of Barca, I think. It might be the case that he's not allowed to sign anyway, so
possibly, mate. Yeah.
Done for him.
Might have some contractual obligation they don't know about.
This is the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Should we have a break?
That's a break, yeah.
Our teams?
Yeah, we'll discuss our teams, and I think we're going to do our famous predictions for the year, are we?
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
All right, catch you in a minute.
So, Jose, a great victory for Roma today. But what the fans really want to know is, what is your favourite football podcast?
Football podcast? My favourite football podcast is Documentaries, football podcast. It is the best. It's very incisive and funny, just like me. And also James and Tom, who present. They are both very sexy men. I am not that way inclined, but if I was, I would be up them like a rat up the rainpipe. So, yes, I would have to say that. And Didier Drogba did not dive, it was clear foul. Hi, welcome back, Pop Kid Pickers, to Talk the Terraces podcast.
Hi.
Going in at number 4.
With Shwaddy Waddy.
With Don't Touch My Monkey with that.
Yeah.
It's the Bengals.
Yeah, did you ever watch that Top of the Pops 1989 or something?
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
And
I've got 1991 and stuff.
Yeah, and they go through, and now for the top 40, and they do from 40 through to 1, and some of the titles of the songs, it is like, don't touch my cat. It's really weird.
Some of the band names as well. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Just think, do you ever think on them climb downs, you think, where are these people now?
Oh, God, yeah. Are they now like working, in HR?
Yeah,
somewhere.
You think like someone might be watching it and thinking, hold on, that's my managing director.
Yeah, he had a number 1.
Yeah, the 80s was full of bands like that, wasn't it? Just like one-hit wonders.
Yeah, you look at the top 40 and it's about 35 different acts. Make up the top 40. Whereas now it's like Ed Sheeran makes up
70% of it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's mad.
But they weren't even one-hit wonders, were they? They weren't even hits. They were just shits.
yeah. Yeah. Top shits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just weren't that good.
Yeah, there is some absolute garbage, and you're like, this got to number 7 in the charts.
Yeah, come in with cry.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's enough about Top of the Box. Should we talk about our football?
Yeah, let's get back to football, eh?
Yeah. Tell you what, mate, I'm so glad the season's restarting,
Yeah, ready for it now.
I've been watching anything with a ball, within reason.
Oh no,
just the one.
Not that videos again.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's just my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I've got 2. Balls, not OnlyFans. Yeah. Football season starting. As we talk, we are currently midway through the week, and Friday is the first game into it in the Premier League.
Of the Premier League, yeah.
Your team have already played, haven't they?
We're already off and running, yeah.
Yeah, all Championship, League 1 and League 2, and anyone else who cares to care about all started playing last week.
Yeah.
So new season, new start. I did catch, for me, Liverpool, I did catch a few of the pre-season games. Looks somewhat good, pretty sharp. Some really great young talent coming through, like Harvey Elliott. Absolutely brilliant young lad he is. Rattled the crossbar from about 25 yards out, so he's going to be a promiser.
Did you play 2 games in 2 days at home?
Yeah, they've done something really weird this time. They've been like, we must have a lot of squad depth, because they've been like yesterday, Sunday and Monday, I should say, because we're obviously recording this live. We played back-to-back games, but with different teams.
Yeah.
So we played, on Sunday night, at about the same time, we played Atletico Club, and then last night we played Osasuna, some thing. Yeah, we played them.
Some team, yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours later. But the teams were completely different from what I saw. Different keeper, different defenders. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Played pretty well. Van Dijk, it's great to see Van Dijk back.
Yeah.
He's probably a little bit off the pace at the moment, but that's to be well expected considering how long he's had off.
Yeah.
Still managed to rattle a couple of headers from the crosses that were coming in and stuff. So he's back to his best with that one at least.
And there's no doubt you think he'll be starting at weekend.
I think so. Yeah, I think he'll be starting. In terms of up front, Salah hasn't scored a goal all pre-season, which is a bit alarming.
Yeah,
Mane's been rattling in, and Firmino scored 2 last night, and Jota's scored over the course, so they've got a bit of conundrum of who they're going to play up front in the top 3.
Yeah,
a nice conundrum to have.
Yeah,
we haven't made that many transfers. We brought in Conte, defender. He looks really sharp, really good. But apart from that, we've lost Wijnaldum, which is a massive asset, and we've not gained anyone so far.
Yeah, is there anything any strong rumours? I know there was something floating around the time of the Euros about Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe has been touted for ages. I think it come about because John Henry lent his family a private jet once, our owner, and so there's always been linked between his family and Liverpool.
Right.
A bit of shrewd business there from John Henry.
Yeah.
Nice problem to have.
Yeah.
But now Messi's gone PSG, it might open more of a chance of us signing Mbappe, but I've heard murmurings that he's probably going to go Real Madrid anyway.
Right, yeah.
Because Barcelona have been making some signings and stuff. Signed Memphis Depay that I haven't seen since he played for United. That was a weird one.
God,
Scored the other night though for him. So
right.
He must have come on a bit since he played for them.
Yeah.
Let's. I don't know. I think I definitely would feel a lot more confident if he made a few more signings. But maybe he's thinking about the youth playing really well. I don't know.
Maybe knows something that we don't. I mean, we'll talk about it probably in the next 5 minutes when we go through our predictions. But
yeah,
you were top of the form table at the end of the season for the final 10 games. So you're the. You got maybe he's thinking that with Van Dijk back, who's going to be like a world-class signing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's thinking, actually, I don't need to sign anyone. We can mount a challenge here. I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, might be thinking that. I mean, I was watching Van Dijk. There's so many elements of his game you miss. You miss his defending, but also his ball distribution as well.
Yeah.
It's top class, like passing the ball forward and stuff. Liverpool still look shaky at the back. They've conceded a fair few goals and they've had a couple of 1-1s, 3-4 we lost.
Yeah.
So there's still that ever present issue at the back. They have got more defenders now, but obviously it probably takes a bit of time to bed in. But we're always going to lose goals, being an attacking team as we are. It's just when we lose more than we can see when we score. So yeah, you see the issues.
Yeah.
So that's Liverpool in a nutshell. What about Crew?
Yeah, a bit of it's kind of all over the place at the minute. Really, obviously we started the season with a draw, and as our manager keeps pointing out, we're 1 point better off than we were this time last season.
That is someone whose glasses are full.
Exactly. Yeah, he's really taking the positives on that.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've got. It seems like we've lost 2 of our best players so far. 3 of our best players, should I say. Mm-hmm. One went to Cardiff in the Christmas transfer window, and then we sold another, but he went at the end of the season. They loaned him back to us, so that's Perry NG and Pickering, our 2 fullbacks. Yeah. So they've now gone, and then also we lost Wintle to Cardiff as well. He went at the end of the season on a freebie.
Right. Okay.
So we've lost 3 of our starting 11. We've now got Jesse, the Ginger Messi. The Ginger Messi. He's looks like he's going to go either Charlton or Sheffield United.
Oh no! Please don't let Jesse go.
Jesse, good old Jesse. So it looks like he's going, and then there seems to be a couple of other players. One of our new signings. He seems Hoban, his name is. It looks like he wants away already, and he's only been with us for a couple of months.
That's what Crew will do to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's.
That's bad, isn't it? If you've just signed somewhere and you want off already, not even give it a chance.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's also rumours. Perhaps one of our other kind of, better younger players is also there's interest in him as well. So, the team compared to 2 months ago is about 5 or 6 players different. Worse off.
Never good having that much transition, is it?
No, so I think they're ferociously working away in the background to see if they can get some new signings to replace these players. Which we've signed a couple, the decent players, and we've got a guy from Southampton on loan, and their fans were saying, well, we thought he was going to break into the first team this year.
That's a good one then.
So he's great a defender. We also got a midfielder from Rotherham as well, who had a really injury hit season last year. Mm-hmm. But all the kind of messages was that had he had a full season for Rotherham, he'd have probably gone to the Euros with Wales.
Oh my God, that is good then.
Yeah, so as long we've got a good team in the making.
Yeah,
I think
especially the lad from Southampton. They always breed talent. They do.
Yeah, they've had a really good kind of 20 years of really good players. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we finished on 64 points last year. I think we'll probably finish 55, 60 points.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Another mid-table kind of season. But yeah, the next kind of 48 hours leading up to the weekend will be interesting. Just to get those players out and get hopefully some couple of new players in.
Yeah, they still have till the end of August, the signing window, I think, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, Charlie Kirk, we accepted an offer from Charlton, who are in Cruise League. So that was a bit of a disappointing move, really, to go sideways.
Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
No, and I appreciate Charlton are a much bigger club and they've had recent Premiership history, and they'll probably pay him treble what we pay him. Yeah. But there's every chance they won't go up. They didn't go up last year, so there's every chance they'll be playing us again next season. Yeah. But Sheffield United have come in kind of like, at the last minute, and that would be a move that would be great. A team that was playing Premiership football last year.
That would be a really good one, especially if they spring back as well.
Exactly, yeah. So that I can completely stomach. I think that would be a great move for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how that plays out, I think.
Cool. And they had the first game, and as you mentioned, it was a 1-1.
1-1, yeah.
They were against a team that had just come down, though, hadn't they?
Just come up.
Away. Oh, just come up, had it?
Just come up, yeah. So I think they went up as champions. Yeah. Yeah, it was a poor game, I think. A draw was a fair result. I think we had one shot on target, which is we scored from. So yeah, I think it was probably one of those games, by all accounts, where it got to 1-1, and with about 30 minutes left, both teams decided, well, we don't want to lose the first game of the season.
Yeah, I think that's it. They want to start on as even. That's not a bad start for either team, really, then, is it?
Exactly, yeah. So it became a bit of a just keep the ball kind of game.
Yeah, because if it must change your mindset. If you lose your first 2 or 3 games, it must massively affect your mindset, because you're thinking, if we were to win the league, we'd have to only lose 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 games. Blown 2.
This is exactly it. Yeah, I mean, I know a couple of Crew players have got aspirations of us pushing for promotion this year. But like you say, if you lose the first 2 or 3, you're then thinking, God, we've got to win. We can only afford to lose 2 or 3 for the rest of the season.
Exactly, yeah. So it'd have a massive mind game effect, wouldn't it, and put the pressure on.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's still positive. Positive, I think. Positive season ahead, I think.
That's good. And that leads us neatly on to our predictions for the. We're just doing Premier League predictions.
We will just do Premier League. The top 4 and bottom 3, I think.
Right, that's fine. So top 4 predictions. Okay, do you want to go first?
I could go first. Yeah, do you want me to go first with the top 4 or bottom 3?
Right.
Where should we start?
Let's go with the top 4 first.
Top 4. Right. Well, I think Man City will win the league again. Mm-hmm. Especially if they sign Harry Kane, which the kind of rumours coming out the last 24, 48 hours looks like it's taken a step forward, I think. So, especially if Man City sign Harry Kane, I could see them winning the league.
Just signed Grealish as well, haven't they?
They've just signed Grealish as well. Yeah, I don't know if he'll play a full season or if he'll be a bit of a bench player or not. I don't know at City. But I think City will win the league, probably quite convincingly. The next, I mean, the top 4, I can't see anyone breaking this top 4, really. Then it's a battle between Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea for me.
Right.
For 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Now, I think a lot of people might be getting sucked into Chelsea doing well or perhaps challenging for a title.
Yeah.
Off the back of they got to the FA Cup final and obviously they won the Champions League.
Yeah, they did well. Well, they had a new manager, and that always brings always good results to his club initially, doesn't it? Exactly,
yeah. So whether that will continue into the start of a new season is a question mark.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at their Premiership form, they limped home into 4th place.
Yeah.
Where they lost on the last day, I think. And also they're only 10th in the form table.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be overly strong in the Premiership. I don't know. I know they've made one signing, I think.
Yeah.
Got some freebie from Fulham. And
they've sold Abrahams, haven't they?
They have. I mean, they've offloaded basically about 40 players. It's ridiculous. You look at the players they've released.
think he's an amazing talent, Tammy Abraham.
I think so, yeah. So, I think Chelsea's a bit of a false one. I can't see them challenging for the title. So, I'd say City to win the league, and then I'd go Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea.
Right, okay. On my one, I've got City to win the league as well.
Yeah.
But I've gone with it slightly differently, and it's going to hurt me to say this, but I'm going to say City, Man United, Liverpool, and then Chelsea.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
I was really umming and ahhing over Chelsea as well, because I think Leicester could push on this time.
Yeah.
Get that 4th spot.
And there's rumours that Maddison's going to go Arsenal, isn't there?
Yeah, but with things like that, that's going to weaken the team. So yeah, it's horrible. I feel sick saying that. Like, but I have to take my Liverpool fan hat off and think that United's had a very good transfer window.
Yeah, I thinking back to Liverpool, you were the informed team at the end of the season. You've got Van Dijk back, which is like a world-class signing. It's an instant improvement to the team.
Yeah.
I think if you could surprise everyone and sign a world-class player, attacking player, I think all of a sudden the title challenge is on.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I think you're one signing away from being in there.
Say before, like a couple of days ago, we signed Mbappe. I'd have Liverpool at the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that is what we're missing. We're missing an out-and-out goal scorer. We've got 2 world-class wingers. And don't get me wrong, Fabinho's a brilliant player, but he's not a finisher.
No. Is Coutinho still at Barcelona?
He is, yeah. I think he's still there, but I'm not sure if he's out of contract, actually.
No, I was just wondering, with Barcelona trying to offload some wages, I know there's been rumours about him coming back before. I don't know if that had happened.
Yeah, there's been talk of it, but I don't think. I think Klopp's pretty adamant after he left that the door's shut.
Right. Okay.
Which you can understand. Oh, plus he would, if he came back, he'd be demanding more money than everyone else. So
yeah,
it just upset the team and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. What about United then? I know you've put them in second. I've put them in third. Obviously they've signed Sancho. I mean, they've got something like the world's most expensive centre half, the world's most expensive fullback, the world's most expensive winger or something in Sancho.
Yeah.
They've probably
basically built an ultimate team like on FIFA.
Exactly.
They've just put all. It's like when you used to play FIFA and you're kid and you change all your transfers around so that you had the best players in the world.
Exactly.
I'd have like Batistuta and Ronaldo, old Ronaldo up front and all that kind of stuff. They're kind of doing the same thing. The only thing with United is I still don't think Solskjaer's a strong enough manager to manage all that talent.
Do you think that if there was a different manager in charge of United, you could absolutely see him challenging for the title?
Yeah. I still think, and the United fans will probably slate it for me, although some of them might agree with me, that I don't think he is strong enough to command it, and I hope that I'm proved right.
Yeah, and I hope I am bloody right. He signed a new deal, didn't he, when the Euros are going on? I think.
Was it 2 years or 3 years? I think.
Yeah, definitely a sign of confidence in him.
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah, don't give them away for free, do they? It's like just this year, like Sancho and stuff. They've bolstered all areas where they were weak. Like the defence is looking a hell of a lot better. Maguire's come back from fit, and he's looking good as well.
Yeah, and sure, I mean,
yeah,
I obviously I know a lot of United fans were absolutely kind of praising him throughout last season, but I thought he had a fantastic tournament for England.
Oh, massively, yeah,
really good.
He was really impressive. I've never been one that rated him.
No,
but he was amazing.
I'd say he was our top 3 players. Yeah, at Euros. Yeah.
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. I think, at least, maybe even the first player. For me.
Yeah. Did you hear about obviously we knew that Sancho was going to go United, and it took a couple of weeks to all get done and dusted. Did you hear that the sticking point was that he wanted the number 7 shirt?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Falco's number 7 at the moment.
Exactly, yeah. And Solskjaer said no, it's not your shirt. You can't have it.
Fair enough.
He went Fergie on him, kind of thing. So I think he's picked 43 or 34 or something. You know, like 4 plus 3 equals 7 or something.
Oh, that's pathetic.
Yeah, I can't. It's either 43 or 34 or 52. Whatever it is, it's kind of the two numbers equal 7. But apparently that was the sticking point for days, that he wanted the number 7 shirt, and Solskjaer was saying no. You know, like if that's your sticking point, then I don't want to sign you.
That's not a good sign, is it? Someone kicking up such a stink over a bloody shirt number.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
They are superstitious buggers, though, aren't they? Footballers.
They are, yeah, and obviously that number 7 shirt at United. As you know, there's shirts at all clubs. You know, they hold. Yeah, you know, Beckham, Ronaldo. It holds. Was it Law as well? Had it as well? I'm not sure. Yeah, they've had so many greats play that number 7 shirt.
So obviously, well, you have to earn that number, I think, before you can do anything.
Exactly.
I don't think any of them players started off as number 7.
No. Beckham certainly didn't. He went.
Ronaldo didn't.
Ronaldo didn't. No, I think Beckham went some like 23 and then 10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And Ronaldo obviously didn't because Beckham was there. Was he at the time?
Yeah, I think he was still there. Yeah.
Yeah. So top 4, we've both got City.
Yeah.
And then you're going Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And basically I'm going City and then Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea.
Yeah. And I'm basing that on the fact that United have made really good transfers. I don't think our defence and our attacking ability is strong enough to mount a full challenge.
Yeah.
Like, just as we said, if that changes and we sign someone like Mbappe or an out-and-out goal scorer, then my predictions might have to be amended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If United finish 3rd, as per my prediction, do you think Solskjaer will be in a job at the end of the year?
I don't know, because they don't know if it was Woodward still running things there with the Glazers' son. I don't know, because now Woodward's gone. It's kind of they seem a bit more like giving him a contract. They seem a bit more easygoing.
Yeah.
So maybe they've lost that ruthless edge to him.
Yeah. What do you
imagine
reckon?
Anything less than that, if they don't get Champions League football, I think he's off.
Yeah, I mean, if they finish 3rd in no trophies, do you think they'd probably stick with him? I mean, if they finish 3rd and won a trophy, like an FA Cup, obviously Champions League, or maybe even a Europa League, I think he'd stay.
I think they would. 4th, don't
4th
know.
in no trophies.
Yeah, maybe not.
What do you think about Chelsea with Abramovich? Do you think if they finish 4th with no trophies, that he'll be gone?
Probably.
Yeah.
I really rate Tuchel, but I don't like. They were playing well, and they would obviously put everything into winning the Champions League, but they haven't made any significant signings from what I remember.
No, just that one guy from Fulham.
And that's the same with Liverpool. Really, they haven't made any. Conte's a great defender, but nothing else strengthened.
No, but I've just thought we're saying they've only made one signing. Of course, they've signed bloody Lukaku, haven't they?
Oh God, yeah, and that's a weird one for me.
Yeah,
like he's been playing brilliantly for Inter.
Yeah,
he looks a lot better than he did against United, physically and around the waistline as well. But honestly, I saw Liverpool versus United at Anfield, a very edgy seat 0-0. It was probably the worst game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Honestly, that man didn't move.
No.
He was so lazy. It was just like there was a story going about that when Neil Ruddock played for West Ham near the end of his career. He's come up for a corner and he leaned on the post and said to the fans behind the goal, "I can't do this anymore." And the fans were like, "Well, we're paying you to watch it." And that's what Lukaku reminded me of in that game. He looked like he was knackered.
Yeah. So
but he's obviously turned things around.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. And he looked like he was on fire at the Euros as well. He scored a few goals. What do you think at Liverpool? What do you think Klopp would have to do to either be pushed to leave or to get the sack? What do you think that season would look like?
I think he'd have to take the lid off the Premiership trophy and shit in it.
Do you think he's got a job for life?
With a Man United shirt on. Yeah,
yeah,
he's just pretty untouchable at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's brought so much success. He said within 4 years I want to win a trophy. And look what he's brought and stuff. He's brought much more than one. I think it's much more of a case he would leave us than us parting ways with him.
Telling him to go, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think he's pretty solid in his position.
Yeah, I agree.
None of some of the ones on the outside of our predictions: Tottenham, Leicester, Leeds, Everton, those kind of teams, West Ham as well, who we famously picked last year for relegation.
Yeah.
They could all also push into that top group, but I think it's going to be City, and I think United are going to have a stronger season after the transfers and stuff.
The signings, yeah.
Exactly. Bottom half.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can do, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean to pick on the newbies, but
you're new around here, so I'm going to bully you. Yeah.
Yeah. Brighton and Hove are a bit of a boomerang team. I think they will finish rock bottom.
Yeah.
I think Brentford will then be above them.
Yeah.
I think Watford will stay in.
Yeah.
But I think Norwich will go down.
Yeah.
So I'm going Brighton, Brentford, Norwich.
And Norwich, yeah.
Custard champions.
And the mustard champions, yeah.
Yeah, mustard, not custard.
They're both yellow.
Well, yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah, you both eat them. Yeah, the champions of mustard. Yeah, whether it might be the reverse at the end of the season with Norwich going down in old Dijon coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye out for the champions of mustard.
Could be complete. Yeah, exactly. The mustard battle's been won, but the war's not been won.
The war's not over,
Or the custard one.
All the custard wars, yeah. I had the same bottom three.
Yeah.
I had the same bottom three. And then I looked at the form table towards the end of the season, and Burnley were bottom of the form table.
Yeah.
And so therefore I swapped Burnley and Brighton around. So I'm going to go Brentford bottom.
Yeah.
Burnley, Norwich.
Ooh.
Yeah. So 2 of the 3 are the same, and I nearly had the same 3 until I saw that Burnley finished the season terribly.
Yeah, they didn't have a great end to it, did they?
No.
Norwich. Yeah, we both said them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because just due to the previous, they are like up and down, aren't they?
Yeah. And I think Brentford will just struggle as the new boys. They're probably the smallest club in the Premiership.
Yeah, exactly. I was a bit worried about putting them bottom because we've got them on Saturday.
Right.
I know where it's like as soon as a new team comes up, they always they always get a big scalp and then do nothing for the rest of the season.
Exactly, they do the old Blackpools.
Exactly, so I'm a little bit tentative about that one. But, yeah, I think Brighton and Hove will finish bottom.
Yeah, and I nearly did. I nearly put them in as well. So, West Ham, do you think they'll challenge for relegation this year?
I think they're more likely to challenge for Champions League or at least Europa. Yeah, I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah,
watch them go down now.
Yeah, I wonder if we've got a West Ham in our list this year. Do you know what I mean? Like,
ooh, yeah, one team. Maybe Brentford might win the Premiership.
Maybe. I think they're something like 1,000 to 1 to win the Premiership. Yeah,
good odds.
It's good. Really.
Although
good
we don't condone betting on the show.
We don't. No, absolutely not. We don't. Yeah, I mean, anything other predictions or any other kind of interesting stories maybe from this year? Do you think?
I don't know. I think Newcastle will do better.
Yeah, they finished the season well, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And Mike Ashley's taken a step back from it now. So bloody Mike Ashley. Oh, fuck yeah. I think they might do a bit better.
Yeah.
Leeds. I think they'll stay probably around about 9th or 8th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably about it. I was going to say, should we have a break? But first of all, should we just have a quick brush over Scotland for the top?
Yeah.
Because what do you think is going to happen there?
Well, Rangers lost, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost the first game.
And Celtic won 6-0, was it?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
I think Rangers have lost a couple of players to the Premiership, actually. But they have signed a couple going back the other way.
Yeah, I think he might have been doing. I don't know if he might have sacrificed a bit of his players for tonight's game because they've got the second leg of the Champions League qualification, haven't they?
Yeah, which they're 1 goal behind. Was it 3-2? It finished.
2-1, I think.
2-1 was it?
So they'll be wanting to focus on that to get Champions League play because it's probably worth. How much do they get for qualifying? It's a good amount, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and I'm guessing they'll have a full house at Ibrox tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
For the first time in 18 months.
they'll be going for that. Yeah. So, I think Celtic will win. Back to their rightful place.
Yeah. Religious order is restored.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it'll be a lot tighter.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk like last season.
No. I will go on. I'll go on the other side and try and balance the Christian faiths out and say I think that Rangers will just pip Celtic to the title.
Right. Okay. Should we have a bet or something that one of us has to wear a Rangers or Celtic shirt? Should
we could do, couldn't we?
Not
yeah.
that we can know better. Yeah. But,
no. Yeah. Yeah. Let's put that like the Carragher and Neville situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Go on then. We'll agree to do that.
We'll do that.
We'll do that.
Even though it might cost us about 70 quid to buy a shirt.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Shall we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Hi, it's me, Paul McCartney, and you're listening to Talk of the Terraces Football Podcast. This is the best football podcast on the World Wide Web, and I love listening to the guys, on Wednesday night, because Wednesday night is meat-free spaghetti bolognese night. It's great, Hey, and did you know that actually me and John made the first ever podcast back in '67? Yeah, we called it All You Need Is Football. Yeah, it was great. Way ahead of its time, and way ahead of that Ricky Gervais and when he did his podcast. Anyway, listen to Talk of the Terraces Football Podcast and make sure you follow and subscribe. And also make sure you follow the guys on the old Twitter, You can find them at TOTT Podcast UK. That's TOTT Podcast UK. Peace out.
Welcome back to Talk of the Terrace Football Podcast with me and Gawley. Nice to meet you. That's the new song for our fans for the season and stuff.
Yeah, that's the new intro music, yeah.
I don't know if it's that good, though. It might be me being a bit self-conscious because I wrote it.
Yeah, can I be honest?
I did music and lyrics. Please be nice if you're going to be honest.
Yeah.
Can you give me a compliment sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I really like the volume.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But I don't like any other part of it.
Okay. That's kind of a doorstep sandwich. Is it going to have a roof on it?
And I like the length of it.
Most people do.
Yeah. That's what she said. Yeah. So yeah, I like the volume and the length. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to rethink that one. I might have to go back to the guitar. Cool. So let's walk away from football. Clop. Clippity clop. And let's look more towards one of my favourite sections. Of course, is weird news.
It's the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad for a football podcast.
Exactly.
The best bit's not football related.
Exactly. Yeah. We've had a summer off, haven't we?
Yeah.
Lots of weird news about over the summer, but I didn't want to overload you, so I've got two.
Cool.
But the one that I've got for the first one is local weird news to Crewe.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is probably worth a bonus point due to it being local weird news.
Yeah, and does it sum Crewe up?
Yeah, if you wanted to know what happens in Crewe, we've just reading an article, a news story,
Yeah.
I'd recommend this.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just going to go with the headline. The source is the Cheshire Live, which is like the local news website that covers pretty much all of Cheshire, but like does Crewe in Nantwich specifically and stuff. Okay. Crewe Park Flasher was actually a urinating drunk who couldn't pull his trousers up.
And that was headline news, was it?
That was headline news. It says Crewe Park, quote marks, Flasher was a urinating drunk who couldn't pull his trousers up. Police are investigating claims that a man had exposed himself in public. Police investigating claims of a man exposing himself in Crewe have now said that he was highly intoxicated and struggling to fasten his trousers up after urinating. So a public park, lovely park, nice grass fields. I wouldn't recommend sitting on them though. Officers went to the scene and found a drunk man stumbling about around in a nearby wooded area.
Oh God!
They established that it was possibly urinating and quickly fastening his trousers back up.
Oh God!
Police removed the man from the area, and in a post on social media, they said that they feel appropriate action was taken.
Yeah, I mean, is it one of those that he's just thought of a really good excuse?
I think so. I think he's taking the piss.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good, quick excuse for someone who's out of the face as well. I was just having a piss. Probably just like really thought of it really quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fair enough, that's fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and then just chuck him in the car and take him home.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to know what happens in Crewe, that happens in Crewe.
Yeah, I mean
Crewe Park, which is probably the nicest part of Crewe.
Yeah, it's near my mum and dad, so I hope it wasn't my dad. I'll have to
send in the link.
Yeah, question mark.
Yeah. Were you caught short?
Yeah. I mean, the thing I'm thinking about with COVID and all this kind of stuff, I wonder if this bloke in the police kept their social distancing.
Oh, mate, that's probably one of the best ever. You'd imagine so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's such a good point.
There's a pandemic on, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dear. Right, next one. Not local.
No.
I don't know where this one is, actually. It's from the Mirror. They have a weird news section now, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'll just go with the headline, actually. Thirsty man accidentally drinks candle wax after mistaking it for water. A man was thirsty.
Easily done, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. A man was thirsty in the middle of the night, so reached over to his bedside table to take a sip of water, but accidentally picked up a candle and drank the molten wax. Sharing his story anonymously, no fucking wonder.
Yeah.
The man said he was left with a wax coating on his teeth and the roof of his mouth.
Was it hot? Was it hot wax, does it say?
It must have been, because the wax would harden, wouldn't it?
For it to be liquid? Yeah.
Yeah, so that idiot must have left the candle on all night.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this story just makes no sense.
Oh, I bet he's getting teased about this. He's getting right on his wick.
Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for him, really. I hold a candle for him. Telling the story on Reddit, this was one of the strangest things I've ever experienced, but can't help laugh about it, how ridiculous it was. You and me both, brother. I was just trying to... No, he said, I woke up very groggy and thirsty in the middle of the night. In the darkness, I just reached to my nightstand and felt my water, which was weird because my water was next to me on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, so... First of all, you think, all right, my water's on the floor, but I'm reaching out for the candle anyway.
Yeah.
And just hope it's water. Hope it's moved.
Yeah.
Mouthful of a warm, sweet rosemary vanilla candle wax.
How much has he gulped?
I don't know. If it's covered his teeth and the roof is of his mouth, I reckon it's a fair amount, isn't it?
He's just tried to chuck it down, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a plain and simple waxident, isn't it?
Mate, you are an Apache helicopter of puns today.
It's because of the break, isn't it? By the time I had a rest, the brain's had a rest.
Exactly. So that's my weird news.
Wow, that's a cracking start to the year, mate.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a really good start.
It's lit up your day.
It's lit up mine. Absolutely has. Did we find out where that had taken place? What country or town or?
It doesn't say. It says anonymously, so it was on Reddit. So
yeah,
I reckon. Yeah, don't know. Not too sure, mate.
I love that. I'm going to remain anonymous, but this story is so mad. I just need to get it out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like I need to get this off my chest.
Yeah,
off my throat.
Quite literally, yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh mate, never mind. So, to finish off the show, we'll do classic album. It's your turn this week, isn't it, mate?
It is my turn, yeah. And I think for our regular listeners, they will know I've had this album in my back pocket for about 3 months now.
Yes.
And I didn't want to tell Tom about it because I thought it was definitely to Tom's taste. Mm-hmm. And I was frightened that you would steal it for your classic album,
like the last one.
Yeah. So as soon as it was going to be my turn on the classic album, I could tell Tom. So yeah, I found this band probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and then Tom, you've probably known about this album for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So yeah, the band is called Drenge. That's Drenge, Drenge, and I think basically that's what they said. The noise of their guitars sounded like Drenge. Yeah. So that's why they're called Drenge. And it's their second album, which is called Undertow.
Yeah.
They're a band actually from a small village just outside Sheffield. It's in North Derbyshire, but they class themselves as a Sheffield band. So I can't believe I haven't heard about them through word of mouth or at least seen them. Because this album's from I think it's from 2015. So yeah, it's 6 years old. But the album's called Undertow. It's their second album, their second of 3. They released another one a couple of years ago. And it is definitely of that kind of garage rock, kind of punk grunge kind of genre of music. Obviously, they've been brought up probably on the likes of Nirvana and things like that.
Good education,
yeah. So yeah, it's plain and simple. It is just I just feel like every song is is a single. Every song is kind of in your face. So yeah, if you're into garage punk, grunge, then I definitely recommend Drenge and their album Undertow.
Yeah.
I really can't say any more about it, really, in that I have quite literally just discovered the album in the last few months.
Yeah. And what's your favourite one of theirs so far?
The favourite one's probably the second one, Running Wild.
Yeah.
Because the introductions, it starts off a bit spacey and a little bit out there, a little bit mystical. And it's basically building up to this, the second song on the album, Running Wild. So the first song is called Introduction, and it's basically a bit of an instrumental.
Yeah, okay.
And the title song of the album, Undertow, that's the 9th song on the album, that's an instrumental as well.
Right.
But yeah, they've got songs on there, The Woods, which was one of their singles. We Can Do What We Want is probably a song that's been on loads of adverts and on the radio, and you perhaps not realised who it is.
Unless you Shazam them, and then you can. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So We Can Do What We Want is a brilliant kind of single. It kind of cuts across all kind of genres of music. So yeah, definitely if you're going to kind of listen to a few songs to see whether it's for you, I'd listen to Running Wild, Never Awake, We Can Do What We Want, and The Woods. I think. And Enemy give them 9 out of 10. So yeah, definitely worth a listen. And I actually found out something about them the other day, and it's 25 years since Oasis played Nebworth.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and they're the singer and the drummer, they're brothers in Drenge, not in Oasis who are brothers, obviously not. In Drenge, the singer and the drummer are brothers as well. And in '96, their mum was something like lead historian at Nebworth House, or had something to do with the house at Nebworth. and they lived in a house just outside Nebworth. And their house, just outside Nebworth, was the location that the Gallaghers would have gone to had there been a terrorist attack at Nebworth.
Oh, right, yeah, like the safety point.
The safe house, yeah. So had
helicopter off.
Exactly, they'd have them to this house where these two young lads would have been, who eventually formed the band Drenge.
Good God, what a strange coincidence that is, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, that links up Drenge, and obviously it's 25 years, maybe even today, since Oasis played Nebworth. 2 nights in front of 250,000 people. So
they might also have been there when Robbie Williams played there, but they weren't influenced by that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. He did 3 nights, but he didn't sell out any of them. So remember that. Just remember that, kids.
And he didn't sing his songs.
No,
the audience did.
And through it.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone says, "Oh, he's just like Freddie, the way he gets the audience involved." Do not insult my intelligence.
Do not insult the memory of the blessed Freddie.
Yeah, don't. Just don't. Yeah. So yes, Drenge and Undertow. Yeah. I recommend you go and listen to it. And if you had to go and pick one song to get into them, I'd probably choose "We Can Do What We Want."
Perfect. That's a good recommendation, then, mate.
Absolutely.
To close off the show as well, I'd like to do a couple of thank yous. Thanks for everyone who's been tweeting over the course of the podcast that we've done and over the summer break as well.
Yeah.
We've recently started up a Premier League fantasy football page. Details are being tweeted daily, so keep an eye out for that. And if you've set up your Premier League fantasy football team, it takes 2 seconds. Just join our league, a bit of fun. Thanks very much for who's joined so far. We've got as well as us, we've got 3 joiners. We've got Champ, Maisie, Sai, Hermanth, and John Larkin. So thank you very much for that. So let's try and get a good league going. Get a few more joiners on there.
If we could have at least 10, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, preferably you're not freakishly good at it as well.
Yeah, let me and Tom win.
Yeah,
you're more than welcome to join. Yeah.
And the prize is there is no prize.
There's no prize. Yeah, we'll just give you a shout out. Pride, and we'll just give you a shout out on the podcast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to point out very quickly, I found out that you beat me by 280 points last year.
There you go. So there's some numbers there, people. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. So Tom is the reigning champion. Absolutely.
In terms of names so far, Boom Shakalaka, love it. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Railwayman FC, Alice in Wonderland, that's one's mine. Oxford's 11, and Man United.
Yeah.
Man United. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Man United. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. Some good names going on there.
Lovely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to speak to you, Goalie.
Absolutely.
See you at the pre-season. Remember to catch up on the live stream of it.
Yeah. Watch us seriously deteriorate throughout the day. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Get worse. We'll be just filming the floor at one point.
Yeah. And whoever's listening to this, please subscribe and follow us on your podcast platform, whatever it is you use.
Yeah, exactly. If you use the Amazons or the Twitters or if you're using the YouTubes or the Apple Musics
or the iTunes and all that kind of stuff.
Please follow us.
Follow us and likes and all that stuff. That'd be very much appreciated. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay, good to speak. I'll catch you in a bit, mate.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Auf Wiedersehen.